Hello and welcome back to my channel, Nouveau Tarot. I hope you're all staying safe and well. So today's reading is Who Will You Marry? As you can see, there are three piles. The first pile, we have a strawberry. In the second pile, we have a banana. And in the third pile, we have an orange. Feel free to pause the video so you can concentrate on the cards and pick the pile that you're most drawn to, whether that's the charm or the cards themselves. Usually I tell you what card decks I'm using, but because I'm using so many today, I will post them in the description box so you know what decks I'm using. And as always, please like, share and subscribe if you feel that this reading resonates with you. Okay, so when you're ready, let's get started. Hello Group 1. So if you chose the strawberry charm, then this is your reading. So as I mentioned in the introduction, I will be shuffling these on camera. I will shuffle the tarot cards and draw them first and then discuss them, and then I'll move on to the oracle cards. Okay, Group 1. So, who is the person that you are going to marry? Who is Group 1 going to marry? And I will discuss the personalities of your person. I will not be reading in the reverse. And I will also try and determine where you might be likely to meet your person. So who will Group 1 marry? The cards fly out, sometimes they don't. Okay. And one more shuffle. And I'll do one last shuffle. There we go. Okay, Group 1. So let's have a look at the cards that you got. So you got the Knight of Wands, the Queen of Swords, the Emperor, the Ace of Swords, the Nine of Wands, and the Lovers. Oh no, the Two of Cups, sorry. Yes, the Two of Cups. It looks like the Lovers card. Okay, Group 1, give me a second here while I channel your energies. So, Group 1, straight away I get the impression that the person that you will marry will be somebody who is a very responsible person and a very protective person. I immediately hear Capricorn or Pisces. It doesn't have to be, but the traits that are coming through of this person are very strongly Capricorn and Pisces-esque. So that's why I say that I'm sensing, although there aren't any, well, there's a Two of Cups, but there's not really like a heavy cups energy here. I do get the sense that this person could be a Pisces or a water sign. I'm also sensing possibly a Scorpio. So I'm going to use this crystal to hold up the cards just so you can see them better when I'm referring to them. My hand tends to shake when I'm usually holding them, so I don't want you to get distracted by my wobbly hand. So I'm going to start here with the Emperor card. Try and balance this. So here with the Emperor, I get the sense that your person is a very responsible person. They may also be a person of authority. The Emperor usually portrays a combination of all of the kings. So the King of Cups, the King of Wands, the King of Swords, and the King of Pentacles combined become the Emperor. And with this, I get the sense that your person is a very well-balanced person. They have everything well proportioned. They're very knowledgeable, very intellectual. They are very level-headed, very even-tempered. They have a good temperament. They're quite calm. It takes a lot for them to get angry or upset about things. They usually have their emotions in check. They're very good at controlling their emotions. Of course, with all of the things that I'm saying, of course, this person can have moments when their abilities are tested, but for the majority of the time, this person is a pretty well-balanced person. They definitely have a future goal. They have aspirations. They know where they're going in life. They feel a sense of responsibility for the person that they're with. So I get a protective vibe from them. They're very nurturing, but they do that through protecting you. So they do that by providing for you, whether that's financially, emotionally. They feel a sense of responsibility for you, so they will always make sure that you're never without anything. They will make sure that you're never for want of anything. So most of the things that you desire, they will try their best to provide to you. They're a seeker. So with this Ace of Swords, I get the sense that they are a seeker. They have a higher understanding. They might be older than you, because I get the sense that this person is a wise person. They're very knowledgeable. They have a lot of experience. I also get the sense that this person's a bit of an old soul. So again, it could just be that they're older than you, but it might also be that they're just like ahead of their time. So they might have been a very intelligent child. They might have succeeded in life a lot faster than other people. They are, I hear the word all-knowing, so they're very intuitive. They can sense when you're upset. They can sense when you're worried. Even if you are good at hiding and masking your emotions, they're very good at sensing that something is wrong. They're also very good at allowing you to see enough of their emotion that you feel that they trust you, but not too much that they overwhelm you. So they're also very good in that sense at controlling their emotions, that they open up to enough that there's a sense of trust between you both and a good sense of communication, which is key to every successful relationship. But they're also aware that if they spill everything on you, a part of them feels that if they spill everything on you, then it shows a sense of weakness on their part. But also, it's more about that they feel that it's better to not show you everything or let every tiny thing out, because they're also aware that, there are certain situations in a day that might trigger certain emotions, but they're temporary, and to drop them on you, they don't feel that it's fair, because they want to make sure that you're constantly loved and you feel safe. And by sharing too much of their emotion, they know it's only going to worry you, and they don't want that for you. So they make sure that they show you, as I said, the important things they'll share with you, but most of the tiny things that they go through every day, they probably won't tell you, because it's just no point. Like, they know they'll get over it by tomorrow, so there's just no point worrying you. So with the Two of Cups, they're very committed. The Two of Cups is a union card. You can see it here. This is also the sign of unity. The sharing of 2 cups is also a sign of unity. And of course, 2 is a partnership. So when they commit themselves to somebody, they're really committed. There is no such thing as unfaithfulness or cheating in their vocabulary. They really care about not hurting you. They're really cautious. Before they get into a relationship, they really think about it. They really monitor the situation. They won't jump too quickly. They will see your reaction, so they'll test the waters. They'll try something and then they'll see how you react. They never want you to feel uncomfortable. They always want you to be your best self. They'll always be very encouraging of you as well. So if there's projects or things that you really want to do, they will definitely encourage you towards it. They are quiet romantics. So by that I mean that they have a very romantic vibe, but they won't get too mushy all the time. They're they stay balanced. They're very careful about not being too overly burdening with their love, but also loving you enough that you feel safe and loved and secure with them. They are just very full. They have a very big heart. That's what I hear. Like, once they commit to somebody, they're constantly conscious of making sure that you're always happy, making sure that they always do the best by you. For them, commitment is a really big thing. For them, commitment is a lifelong thing. They don't see marriage as a contract. They see marriage as a unity. It's a relationship that you have to constantly keep on working on, and they will do their best to keep working on it with you so that you keep growing. They're very much the kind of person that believes that this is it and it's for life, and they hope that they're married to you like 30, 40, 50 years. Of course, depending on how long you're both alive, but yeah, they definitely really want a long marriage anniversary. They want to be celebrating the golds and the silvers and the diamonds and the platinums with you. So yeah, this person is very, very sweet. So with the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Wands, I'm going to do them together, and I'm going to try and balance them over here together. So this might work, might not work. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure they want to stay together, but I will hold one. Okay, so the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Wands. So again, because this person has the Emperor as well, the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Wands, they have a very good balance of masculine and feminine energy. So again, in tarot, we read energies and not genders. So they are not gender specific, they are gender not neutral, but you can basically add the correct gender. So even though this is a queen and she's technically a female, it can have a gender reversal. So with that in mind, these are very divine masculine. especially the Emperor, because it's a major arcana. And then she's like the divine feminine. So this person has a good balance of like masculine and feminine energies. That's why they come across as nurturing, but also very responsible. Why they come across as romantic, but also very very, I'm trying to think, not professional, but you know, that very like put together, polished look about them. They have, you know, they're constant, like almost like a business like demeanor about them. But then inside they're like a big mushy teddy bear. So when you see them, they're very like straight faced. Some might even say a bit cold, aloof, or serious, but really the person that they show you is this really warm, soft teddy bear. So again, they hide the real them or this like sweet, loving side of them because they save it just for you. And they're the kind of person that likes to learn, because here that you have the knight, and the knight is always constantly learning. I always think of knights and pages as apprentices. So yeah, I feel like the knight has more knowledge than a page, because a page is like a really early on apprentice. But the knight still has a lot of learning to do because they eventually evolve to the king, but they're not there yet. Whereas the Queen of Swords is obviously one above the knight. So in terms of like their intelligence and like their strategy in life and just their responsibility and their planning of their future, they're almost at the king level. They're really ahead of the game when it comes to like strategizing on what to do with their life, how to live in the future, what their 5-year plan is. But when it comes to like their, so wands is more like their it's also like intelligence, but it's a different level. It's more like a higher calling, like a higher awareness, a more spiritual awakening. And so I get the sense they still have a bit more to learn when it comes to like spiritual awakening, emotional awakening, but they can definitely provide for you financially because they have like a very strong like life plan. So, but they're open to learning, they like learning, it's something that they enjoy, so they're forever always looking for ways to improve. And then finally we have the 9 of Wands. So this person is a go-getter. They're always fighting, they're always, and by fighting I mean they're ambitiously fighting, as in terms of bettering themselves in life. They're constantly like on the move, you know. They constantly want to make sure that they are improving themselves, they are growing in terms of their responsibilities. So this person might have their eye on like becoming a CEO or becoming an entrepreneur. They have big life ambitions and they're willing to fight for them. So they have a lot of fire. They might also be a fire sign, but I get the sense that this is more their inner desire, their passion for things, and their passion to grow, their passion to become something. You know, they really want to become something. They want you to be proud of them. And so they want to do well in life so that you can say, yeah, that's my husband or that's my wife. I'm so proud of them. Like, it's really important to them to have this status, not from everyone else, but from you, because you're the person that they love. You're the person whose opinions matter most to them. So they want you to be the one that's constantly telling them that I'm so proud of you. and I really believe in you, and you're constantly just pushing them to do better. Okay, group 1, so that was your tarot reading. Before I move on to your oracle cards, I'm going to try and figure out if I can sense where you might meet this person. Because of their intellect and their strong desire to learn, I get the sense maybe you meet them at university or school, or in a workplace, although I don't have pentacles here, so I'm not sensing like strongly that you'll meet them at work, but you might. Maybe in a library, maybe a coffee shop where they're reading a book. Maybe like a conference or a lecture of some kind. Maybe you both have the same interest in the subject. Yeah, something to do with the mind, that's what I'm hearing. Like you're going to meet them somewhere where minds meet. This is really random. I also heard maybe you'll meet them in a hospital. They might be a doctor. So yeah, that's what I'm sensing for you guys. So, okay, group 1, that was your reading for tarot. I will move on to your oracle cards. Okay, group 1. So what advice do you have for who you will marry? Take this one. Okay. So for your cards, we have Starseed, what lights you up? Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion, priestess and mystical teacher. And birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. So I'm going to start here, the Sisterhood of the Rose. So group 1, I get the sense this is what your person, your future spouse, sees you as. They see you as beautiful, devoted, a priestess, so very intellectual, like spiritually intellectual, a mystic, so that you might have a bit of mystery about you, and a teacher, so they feel like you are constantly teaching them things. You are bringing new things to them that they never saw before or they never thought about before. You are constantly revealing new things to them. Yeah, they really see you as this divine being. So this one's birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. And I sense that this is you. This is you trying to manifest this person into your life. So maybe for a long time you have been thinking about getting married. You've been dreaming about it. Maybe you're now ready. Maybe a while ago you weren't quite at that point where you were ready to meet somebody and settle down. But you've moved into that position where you're now ready to settle down and to commit to somebody. And this is you now birthing a new age. You are visualizing this person. You are manifesting this person into existence. And Starseed, what lights you up? So this is more about what makes you happy. And this is why I sense that the person that you're going to meet is going to be somewhere where you both have a similar interest. It's about what makes you happy, what lifts your soul, what fulfills your soul. And I think that's what you need to think about, because once you know what that is, you will then move and do things that fulfill your happiness. And in that fulfillment of happiness, this is where you'll meet this person. So again, like I said, if you're going to like a lecture or a conference or some kind of event based on things that you enjoy, so for instance, just because this was the manga tarot. If you like anime conventions or manga or like Comic-Con or stuff like that, then you might go to these events, and then because they make you happy, and this is where you'll meet your person. So it's that kind of dynamic, but you have to figure out what lights you up before you can figure out where to meet this person. All right, group 1, that was your reading. I hope you are lucky in your endeavors with finding your future spouse. And if this reading resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe, and comment in the box below, because I would love to know about all of your future spouses and just whether they do turn out to be the way that I described. Okay, thanks for watching. Hello, group 2. So if you chose the banana, then this is your reading. So as I mentioned in the introduction, I will be shuffling and reading the cards on camera. I will begin by shuffling and reading the tarot cards, and then I'll move on to your oracle cards. Okay, group 2. So let's see, who is the person that you will marry? Who's the person that group 2 will marry? Who's the person that group 2 will marry? I will be presenting this person's personality. I will also try and determine where you might potentially meet this person. I will take this card because it turned over. Ooh, that is a lot of cards. Okay, group 2, you got more cards than the others, but that's okay. The messages wanted to come through, so I'll take them. Okay, so I will, wow. Okay, I will start here. So you got the World card. You got the King of Cups. You got the Six of Pentacles. You got the Moon. You got the King of Wands. The Emperor. Same as group 1, they also got the Emperor. The Star. And the Three of Wands. Okay, I'm going to move these over a little bit. So I am going to use this crystal here to balance the cards that I am referring to. Usually I hold them in my hands, and my hands shake sometimes, so I don't want to distract you with my wobbly hands. So I will balance them on the crystal. Okay, group 2, give me a second here. Let me channel your energies. So straight away, group 2, I'm drawn to the King of Wands, King of Cups, and Emperor. I'm going to start King of Wands because that's where my eye drew first. Alright, so with the King of Wands, this person is very intelligent on a spiritual level. This person is very wise. This person might be ahead of their time, so I'll be honest, this person could be older than you, but I'm sensing more that they're not that much older than you, even if they are older than you. They're more wiser in their years, so they think ahead of their time. They have, their intelligence is a lot more advanced than possibly their actual age. This person's a deep thinker. they contemplate a lot. You might find them sitting in a corner somewhere just thinking. They might be the sort of person that looks out the window and just kind of gazes out into nothingness. And with the King of Cups as well, I get the sense this person is a bit of a dreamer. King of Cups, so Cups energy is water energy. So you have Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I'm getting more Neptune, weirdly enough, from this King of Cups. Possibly it's all the blue. So I'm sensing more of a Pisces if they are a water sign, but of course they could be any water sign. They possibly even could be an Aquarius, even though Aquarius isn't a water sign, but there is water in the Aquarius sign. So just because of the personality that's coming through for this King of Cups, I do get the sense that they are emotionally in tune with themselves, but I also get this sense of desire to learn, and that to me comes across more Aquarius like. So possibly this person is also an Aquarius. But between the King of Wands and the King of Cups, this person is very well attuned to their emotions. They are also very intuitive. They also have a very high level of spiritual awareness. They also have the moon here, which again is intuition, high sense of intuition, and just a connection to the metaphysical, the spiritual, the other realms, the 5D, however you want to refer to it. They have just a higher understanding. And with the Six of Pentacles as well, like I get the sense that this person is also possibly into like yoga. And this is where I also get the sense that you might meet some kind of spiritual retreat, maybe a trip somewhere. I mean, obviously right now we're in isolation, but possibly this future, I mean, you may have already met them. Of course, this is who you will marry, so you might already be with them, but there's a sense of maybe you went to like an ashram in India and you met there, or you went on a spiritual journey somewhere, like a spiritual retreat in like Arizona or something, and that's where you met. I also get mountains, so maybe you actually did meet in like Arizona, maybe like Sedona or something. But then India also has the Himalayas, so yeah, I mean, there is definitely somewhere with mountains and spiritual, like very strong spiritual nexus. This is why I think maybe it's a spiritual retreat or a yoga retreat or a visit to an ashram. I'm also getting the sense that maybe your love story is a little bit like Eat, Pray, Love. If you haven't read or seen that, definitely check it out, because I am getting vibes of that story, and maybe that's similar to what happens with you. And I also think you guys are both travelers. I think your person loves to travel. They have the World card. And so again, that's why I think maybe you went somewhere on a retreat which required you to travel. And yeah, I just, with the Six of Pentacles, and just from this image alone, like it looks like someone meditating, you know? A yoga pose. And so I really get the sense that this person likes to travel and that they're a very spiritual person. And with the Wands card and with the Moon card, there's just so much spirituality and higher calling, higher purpose coming through with this person. This This person might have been married before, but it didn't work out. And I say that because I feel like something like that has forced them to then reach this new spiritual awareness, to almost go on a journey to find themselves. And that's what's led them to this spiritual journey, this spiritual path. Yeah. And again, I think this is so funny, but I will show you. You also got here the Three of Wands, and in the background there are mountains. So I really do get the sense there's water, mountains, some kind of like travel involved here, somewhere exotic, maybe somewhere different from where you live. I also feel like these Three of Wands, so you can see they're pillars almost. I get the sense that this is actually them leveling up. I get the sense that this is them going towards this spirituality, this orange with the sun, with the yellow, with the mountains. I feel like these are stepping stones to them reaching their higher calling, their higher awakening. This person that you're going to marry is a different person. They've definitely been through a lot of challenges in life, but instead of allowing the challenges to take over their life or for it to affect them negatively, they've taken it in their stride because they're spiritually, just naturally they're intuitive. And I feel like recently they found out that they are this way, and so they're open to these spiritual gifts. But I feel like they haven't always known that these are spiritual gifts, so they haven't always been open to this idea of spirituality. I feel like it's something that's very new to them, but they've done it because of these other karmic experiences that they've had that's led them to this retreat or this spiritual awakening calling. I also get the sense that they are big dreamers. They have the Star card here, so this is a card of wishes. I feel that they have been wishing for somebody who has a similar spiritual awakening to them, that they are spiritually on the same level, that they can find somebody who also believes in spirituality as much as they do. I feel like spirituality for them has been a rescue. I think they always felt lost, and in their previous relationships they have felt trapped, fake, like they weren't being their real selves. And now, having been on this spiritual journey and constantly just awakening more and more and becoming more conscious of these other elements in life, it's really helped them. They feel like it's been their path of rescue, and so they want somebody out. They want to be with somebody who's also had a similar journey, who understands the importance of spirituality, who understands what they've gone through, so that they can also trust that this person, whoever they marry, will understand things like their pain or why they do certain things, or just not mock them. I think they've wanted to do things like meditation and yoga retreats and stuff, but their previous spouse or their previous partners have not allowed them to do it. They've almost been mocked for having this sort of mentality, and yeah, they just felt trapped in their own body. They felt trapped in the life that they were living, and now they feel free, and they believe in like the divine. They believe in something higher. They might be religious, but they definitely believe in something that's greater than all of us, that's constantly guiding them. So they see the star as a guiding light. It's almost like the North Star, you know, it's a guiding light towards the right path. This path that they're taking to a higher calling, to a new awakening, spiritual awakening. And I get the sense that they want somebody that's on a similar journey to them. So the last card you have is the Emperor. Now you have the King of Wands and the King of Cups. So the Emperor energy is all four kings combined, and it may be that right now more of the cups and more of the wands is coming through for them given where they are in life. But generally the fact that the Emperor card is here either means that through this spiritual awakening and the spiritual journey that they're currently on, they will eventually reach the Emperor status, which means they will be balanced in all areas of their life. So right now the fact that the King of Pentacles didn't come up and the King of Swords didn't come up, I get the sense that maybe in terms of finances and business and stability, home stability, that they are already quite balanced. They already have that kind of in check. Maybe they're quite well off, or maybe they also are very comfortable, like they have all the basic material needs that you need to be comfortable in life. Where they struggle is with their internal, so their emotions and their spiritual intelligence. And so once they have balanced these through this spiritual journey that they're going on right now, they will level up to the Emperor, which means that they will be fully balanced in all areas of one's sense of being. And the Emperor is the highest you can become in terms of divine masculine. So, you know, this person is definitely leveling up. They're definitely working on themselves, and they'll come forward if they're not already with you. But I get the sense that if you haven't met this person already, this is where you're kind of going to meet them, somewhere that requires spirituality and a spiritual awakening. Again, this could also be like a religious institution, like a church, a temple, a synagogue, a mosque, that kind of thing. But I get more of a sense that maybe you're both like into spirituality, crystals, yoga, meditation, and that's where you're kind of going to meet this person. I'm really strongly feeling mountains and a retreat and some form of travel with the World card. So if you haven't met this person already, hopefully when this isolation is lifted and we go back to some sort of sense of normality, and we can travel again, then I reckon you guys will probably go on this traveling journey. You might already also have booked a retreat of some sort that just got postponed, so you'll be going to it after everything goes back to normal. And yeah, this is where you're going to meet your Mr. or Mrs. Right. Okay, group 2, so that was your tarot reading. I'm going to move on to your oracle cards now. Okay, group 2. Well, already one wants to come out. So what advice does Spirit have for you regarding the person that you marry? Okay, well, those exploded out. Okay, and again, you got an extra card, so there are a lot of messages that want to come out for you. Okay, so we have the Eagle King, the Big Picture, Angelic Help, the Gift, the Lady of the Gift, Generosity, Receiving and Withholding, the Metal King, Discipline, Armor, Boundaries, the Shadow Queen, Acquiring Knowledge, Insecurity, Manipulation. So first I want to say again, your person is very balanced. They have two like feminine energies and two masculine energies. There's a queen, a lady, and a king and a king. So Just wanted to put that out there. So the number of these cards is 12, 20, 37 and 16. Not sure if that means anything to you guys, but just thought I'd mention that in case it does. So the big picture, angelic help. So this is, yes, there is divine involved here. There is a sense of fate. But with this being a spiritual journey that this person's on, I mean, it's not surprising that there is some form of angelic help. Spirit is here, the divine is here, and they're helping out. They want you and this person to see the bigger picture. They will make this commitment to you, but they need the bigger picture for them, I feel, is this spiritual awakening. You know, they're transcending to that Emperor card, that Emperor, that embodiment, and so they need that time to get there, but they have got divine help, and that is the bigger picture. Once they reach that stage, that's when this person will come in, and you know, marriage will be on the cards. The Lady of Gift, generosity, receiving, withholding. So again, I feel that this is that person. They're very generous. They love receiving love because maybe in their previous relationships, this is where things went wrong. They didn't feel like they were receiving enough love. They felt like maybe their person was withholding stuff from them. So maybe lies, deceit, and unfaithfulness is a big thing for them. So maybe that's something they're working through as well. But they are very generous with their love. Once they trust you, they are very open and just want to love on you. They have a very big heart. They are very open to loving somebody, but they need that trust there first. So if they come across as withholding certain things, I think that's more because they have been betrayed before and they're afraid of being betrayed again. So discipline, armor, boundaries. So yeah, again, this is their fear. I get the sense that this person has really been hurt by someone in the past. And again, this is why they went on this spiritual journey, why they look to meditation and yoga and spirituality as a way to heal, because they have been hurt by this person before. So they put up boundaries. They are almost in a, you know, with like discipline and armor, it sounds like someone who's in the army. It's very like almost preparing for battle. And so I get the sense that their natural reaction is to put up boundaries and be prepared for conflict, because maybe that's what they've been through in their previous relationships, and they're trying to retrain themselves. So discipline, they're trying to discipline themselves into a new way of thinking, but it's difficult because obviously like past fears, and they're living in a lot of fears, and that's why they're trying to find spirituality to help them get past those fears. And the Shadow Queen, acquiring knowledge, insecurity, manipulation. So yeah, insecurities, again, fear. It's another word for fear. And acquiring knowledge to me is, again, this spirituality, the spiritual journey, all the things that they're learning. They're acquiring knowledge in order to better themselves, in order to improve themselves, in order to become a better person so that they can settle down with the right person and open their heart to receiving this love that you're willing to give them. So yeah, this person's working through a few insecurities, a few fears. They come from past relationships and just past experiences that they've had. Be patient with them. They are trying their best to work through it. They do really, really want to open their heart up to love, because they do want to be happy and they do want somebody to spend their life with, but they need somebody who understands them on this new spiritual level. And I do get the sense, you know, this is you, you're the one they're waiting for. So if you haven't met this person yet, you will soon. But just keep doing what you're doing. Keep enjoying your activities, because you clearly like spirituality and yoga and meditation and all those kind of things, crystals and these are the things that you can also keep growing as a person. And as you're both growing, eventually you'll meet somewhere and your paths will cross into a parallel, and that's when you'll both meet. So group 2, I wish you all the luck. I hope that it really works out. Please like, share and subscribe if this video resonated with you, and please let me know in the comment box if your person does end up being this way and how you met. Okay, thanks for watching. Hello group 3. So if you chose the orange, then this is your reading. So as I mentioned in the introduction, I will be shuffling the cards and reading them on camera. I will begin by shuffling and reading your tarot cards, and then I'll move on to your oracle cards. Move them to the side. Okay, group 3. So who will you marry? Who will be your future spouse? So group 3, I will be reading the cards. Wow. I'll do one more shuffle. I'll be reading the cards and telling you the personality of your person, and I will also try and determine where you might meet this person. Any more cards? Any more cards? And one last shuffle. Okay. I knew there was one more that wanted to peek out. Okay, group 3. So your first card is the Queen of Cups. The Two of Swords. The Hermit. The Seven of Pentacles. The Queen of Wands. And the Knight of Wands. Okay, group 2, just give me a second here whilst I channel your energies. Alright, group 2, so I'm going to move these over and I'm going to use this crystal to balance the cards. Usually when I'm doing this, I hold them and my hand shakes, and I don't want you to get distracted by my wobbly hand. So I'm going to start here at the Seven of Pentacles, group 3. So I get the sense that this person is a bit of a warrior. I'll say that again, a bit of a warrior. I realised that sounded like warrior. Yeah, they worry a lot. They're constantly concerned. So this person, they have 7 pentacles. And they're still sitting there contemplating. Do I have enough? How can I get more? Do I look like I'm not successful enough because I only have 7 of pentacles? This person, I get the sense that they might have a lack of confidence in certain areas of their life. So possibly they question the things that they do. Maybe they're constantly changing jobs. Maybe they're always reconsidering their career. They seem like the kind of person that likes to experiment a lot. So they might, as I said, be changing jobs frequently just to see what it is that they enjoy. I also get the sense that this person is a little bit of a twitchy. I think that's the word I'm looking for. They can't sit still. They constantly have to be doing something. They have to keep their hands busy. They need to keep their mind busy. They are not the kind of person that you'll see just sat out in the sun doing nothing. They have to constantly be doing something. They have to be learning something, reading something, playing something, making something. They need to stay active. If they don't stay active, it drives them a little bit crazy. They feel like they're wasting time. So again, this whole Seven of Pentacles, do I have enough? Can I be doing more? Is constantly going through their mind. They do worry a lot. And as a result of their worrying and this need to constantly create more, do more, produce more, I get the sense they're a bit of a hermit. They're not very sociable. They don't really care for like frivolous parties or going out with friends too much. In fact, they might even be the sort of person that invites their friends over instead, for like a games day, or their friends might come over for like D&D or board games or something like that. They tend to invite their friends over because they feel more comfortable being in their own home than they do being outside in unfamiliar places. So yeah, it's not that they don't hang out with people, it's that they prefer to hang out with people in the comfort of their own home and in more familiar places where they feel more comfortable, where they feel a sense of security. This person also feels like they have insecurities. So again, I said this with the last card, but it's coming through very strong that this person is always concerned about what other people think of them. So with the Queen and the Knight of Wands here, I get the sense they're quite image conscious. And by that I mean not vanity and not in an egotistical way. I mean that this person is very conscious to the way that people perceive them. Like they always want to be perceived in the right light. They always want to be perceived as this put together, successful, polite, well-mannered, sociable but not too sociable. They don't want to be seen as a overly outgoing person. They don't want to be seen as a person who's drinking all the time. They're very old school. They're very traditional. They like discipline. They like to know how they should behave and act. They like a set of rules that they can follow. Yeah, they come across very, very strict. I also get the sense that they have a very strong sense of justice, even though the justice card is not here. I do get the sense that they're very strong when it comes to their beliefs in justice. And again, I think this comes from their traditional mindset, that they feel that they shouldn't do certain things, or they shouldn't be seen to do certain things because it gives out the wrong image about them. So that's what I mean by they're very image conscious. Not that they care about their looks or about being, like a social media influencer or anything like that. They just care more about being seen as a very well-mannered, well-to-do, educated, intellectual, and sophisticated being. I think they're very, very conscious about being seen as sophisticated. I think that they want to be seen as a person of intelligence, of intellect, of good standing. I think if somebody said something to them like, oh, you know, or you're always going out partying in clubs, they would take a lot of offense to that, because for them, not that there's anything wrong with going out and socializing, clubbing, drinking, whatever, that's everyone, each their own, you know. But for them, and don't shoot the messenger, for them, they just see that as not proper behavior. They see that because they're such a traditionalist, like they are very old school in their mindset. They very much believe that it's not wrong to drink, but you should do it in the confines of a small group, sharing, you know, a glass of whiskey or scotch or some kind of liquor of that type. They believe more in like the cigar room, you know, gentleman's club. And again, this is not gender specific. You can interchange the energies. So when I say gentleman's club, I say that just because they tend to have strict rules. They tend to have discipline. They tend to have a certain mannerisms and persona that you're supposed to perceive when going to these clubs. And I feel like this person may also be part of a private members club just because they respect institutions that have rules, that have guidelines on a way to be. They very strongly believe in having a strict set of rules to live by. I think it helps them to find routine, to know what to do when they wake up every day. I think if they don't have these rules and traditions to live by, they almost feel lost, like they don't know what to do. They're almost like a fish out of water. They just don't know how they're supposed to behave, how they're supposed to act, what they should do with their life if they don't have these rules and regulations to guide them. And in line with that, with the Two of Swords here, I get the sense that they are very willing to be blinded to certain things. So I get the sense that this is about the person that they're with. They are willing to be blinded to the truth of this person because they love them. So even though they put these strict disciplines on themselves, I get the sense they put this person, especially with the Queen of Cups, I don't know, I get a sense that they're putting this person that they're with on a pedestal. They really admire this person. They really have high hopes and intentions for this person. And sometimes, even if this person doesn't do things exactly as they would expect them to, they look past it because they love this person so much. However, there's also a reverse side to this, which is if you do something and you fall off this pedestal that they put you on, it then becomes difficult because in a way they lose a sense of trust in you, and they feel a little bit betrayed and deceived, even though you may not even realize that you've done anything, or maybe something that you've done is a small mistake. It's a humanly mistake that each and every one of us can commit. You know, we're all just human, we try our best, but sometimes we do make mistakes. It's just part of being who we are. It's part of our life's journey. Without mistakes, we cannot learn. But because they hold themselves to such high traditions and such high disciplines, they almost expect the person that they're with to hold the same. And sometimes it can be difficult. As I said, you may do something not thinking that you've done anything wrong, but in their eyes, you've deceived them or you've betrayed them in some way. So as much as it's okay to have these traditions, just be aware that this person can also hold you to the same standards, even if they don't say it openly. And then when you don't do certain things, they might get a little bit irritated, annoyed with you. You might notice their behavior being off. And it's purely because even though they don't want to admit it, they hold you and everyone else, not just you. They hold everyone else in the world to the same standards. But to them, you not adhering to it means so much more to them, because you're the person that they love, and they hold you on such a high pedestal that they expect you to be the center of perfection. So when you make even the slightest blemish, that's it. They're like, oh, this person isn't as perfect as I thought that they were. And it's almost like a rude awakening. But yeah, they might be off for a few days because they're like, this person's just not who I thought they were. And in a way, to them, it's like a sense of lying or withholding the truth, or a sense of deceit, because in their mind, they've got this image of you that probably isn't even accurate to your own image. But because they love you so much, they hold you so highly. But they do choose to be blinded. They do tend to wear rose-tinted glasses around you. But then again, that can also be an issue, because if they wear rose-tinted glasses and then you do something, then they're like, wait, this person did something wrong. But it's not anything that you've done. It's just that the image of you that they had was just unrealistic. And not just by like unrealistic for you, but just unrealistic in terms of just the general standards of being a human. So, you know, be aware of that. This person can sometimes be that way, but they are traditionalists. They do believe in guidelines, rules, and disciplines, and they will raise their children that way too. So I think I do get the sense that, you know, you do like that about them. You do like the fact that they are... I actually get the sense they're opposite to you. So I think where this person's a hermit, you might be more sociable, like you're more of a social butterfly. Where this person's more like strict with rules, you might be more free-spirited. And I feel like you two are the yin and yang for each other. You know, where they might be worrying all the time, you're a little bit caution to the wind, you know. Things will work out, they'll find their way, don't worry about it. And they're kind of like, oh no, but what about this, and what about that, and what about this? And you're like, just calm down, it's not as bad as you think it is. And with the Queen of Cups, you know, they're quite an emotional person, and maybe you're more of a rational person. A rational person, not irrational. So yeah, I feel like you're both very yin and yang, you're very opposite, and opposites attract. And that's why you are both drawn to each other. But, you know, sometimes this person's like strict way of living can irritate you sometimes, but you're also the kind of person that's not willing to allow this person to kind of boss you around with that and be like, well, this is how we have to live. And you're very much like, no, that's not how we have to live. You can live that way, and I will agree with you on certain things, but I will do this way because this is how I want it. And I think you're very strong-minded in that sense, and they respect you for it in some ways, and in some ways they admire you for it. They may not be very open about it, but they do admire you for having that strong will to be able to say no, and that you want it a certain way, or you don't believe in that, so you're not going to do it that way. So yeah, group 3, stick to your guns. This person does respect you a lot. They respect you so much that they've put you so high on a pedestal, and I think sometimes you just have to kind of remind them that some of the things they expect from you and the level of like height that they've put you on is unrealistic, and that they have to be a bit more realistic in their outlook. So with that in mind, I get the sense that this person, you'll meet them, maybe they're a family friend. Possibly you meet them at some sort of gathering, like a wedding. I feel like you may have even known this person for a very long time, like since your childhood. I get the sense that your families know each other, so I feel like you will meet each other through some sort of family connection. Possibly friends, but because you're so opposite in personalities, I find it a little bit more difficult to see you meeting through friend circles. But it's not impossible. You may meet that way at some sort of gathering, someone's birthday. You know, it may even be that actually you end up meeting at somebody's birthday party and this person is your friend, but it's their cousin or something like that. That's why I'm getting the family connection vibe. And obviously this person doesn't like going out, so if it's like their cousin's birthday or their aunt's birthday or something like that, or their sibling's birthday, then they're more forced to go out because they're very close to their family. They have very strong beliefs in like values and family history, ancestral history, that kind of thing. So they will definitely go to like family events, which is why I sense it's more of a family thing. Again, it might be that your friend is getting married to their cousin, something like that. So yeah, I think that there's some kind of family tie there. I feel like your families in some way will introduce you. So that's how I think you're going to meet this person. Okay, group 3, that was your tarot reading. Let's move on to your oracle cards. Okay, group 3, your advice for group 3, the person they will marry. Okay, they flew out, so I will take the ones that flew out. Otherwise we're going to have so many cards. Okay, so group 3, just making sure that's not 2. So the first card you got is Show the World the Real You. Work through your fears. Your dreams need a practical plan. And a time for healing. So with this Show the World the Real You, yeah, so this is what I was saying about, you know, don't be afraid to be you, where you kind of tell this person, no, I'm not going to do these certain things because I don't believe in them. Where you guys are opposites, you know, sometimes they might just try and push their beliefs onto you because they are so strongly in this mindset of justice and discipline and guidance and rules, and sometimes they'll try and push that onto you, not out of maliciousness or anything like that. It's just who they are and it's what they believe, so they'll expect you to also follow that. But you need to stay true to yourself. You need to tell them, that's just not me, I don't believe in that, so I'm not going to follow it. You by all means can continue. I completely respect you for having your rules and your disciplines and your beliefs and being quite stubborn in what you believe, but I don't feel that way, so I'm sorry, but I'm not going to do it. And at first they will get annoyed, but eventually they will respect that that's just not you, and they'll respect you for standing your ground. So a time for healing. So again, maybe this is why you'll meet this person in a family gathering or with your friends where it's like their family gathering, because I get the sense that both of you are not really looking. Like in your ideal world, you dream about having this person, you dream about the big white wedding, or however you dress, big red wedding, or whatever sort of like bridal dress you wear, but you basically feel like you've dreamt about this wedding. Even if you're a guy, you've dreamt about having this person by your side, this commitment. And right now, maybe you've had like a string of unsuccessful relationships, and so you're kind of losing a bit of faith and maybe a little bit of hope that you'll find somebody. And so right now you're taking a time to heal yourself. Just take time for yourself, and actually, because you're not looking, this is where you'll find this person, because they are also not looking, but the divine is bringing you together, divine timing is involved, and this is fated, so you will meet each other, but you're just not expecting to, because you're taking time on yourselves. So your dreams need a practical plan. So with this, I get the sense that maybe you need to decide what you want to attract to yourself. So maybe try doing like a vision board, a dream board. Maybe write down like in a journal what you really want in a person. Like write down your ideal person. Write down what you want to be in like 5 years' time. I want to be married with 3 kids. I would like a house with a husband. I would like to be married in 2 years. Write it down. Write down your dreams and aspirations, because I feel that this is how you will have a practical plan, and this is how you will manifest your dreams into reality. And finally, work through your fears. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. I think it goes with this, a time for healing. I think a lot of your fears about relationships and past relationships that have failed have left you feeling a little bit scared. And so it's just saying to you, you've got to take some time for healing and work through your fears so that you can be more open to a new relationship that wants to come through. Okay, group 3, that was your reading. I hope it resonated. If it did, please like, share and subscribe. And please comment in the comment box below if you do end up meeting your person, your future spouse, and if you met them the way that I said you would. Alright, thanks for watching.